Welcome to International Dispute Negotiation, your guide to resolving disputes everywhere.
This is Mike McElrath, and this podcast is about different ways of accepting and managing the risks of dispute resolution, presenting them through the eyes of experts from different countries and backgrounds. I once got into trouble at a mediation conference. I think it was in Parma, Italy, and it was several years ago. And the trouble I got into was when I said that lawyers who refused to investigate and consider mediation were dinosaurs. There was a lawyer in the audience whose hand shot up, and he said, "No, you're the dinosaurs." He was very angry. I was, frankly, a little embarrassed and shocked, and I just reacted apologetically, saying, well, I really didn't mean to malign lawyers. I was just trying to make a point about the importance of considering mediation. Over the years, however, I've become more confident that I was right about the responsibility of lawyers to consider mediation, and that those who do not will, over time, be less popular with their clients compared with lawyers who do consider mediation. But what about the real dinosaurs? Had I inadvertently maligned them? To be honest, I didn't know anything about how dinosaurs resolve their disputes.
Why were the dinosaurs named dinosaurs?
Richard Owen named them in 1842. He called them dinosaurs because it meant fearfully great lizards. Like awesome lizards.
The sound you hear in the background is of children on a museum tour, but they're in a museum of a particular kind. It's one where there are only fossils. It's the Museum of Paleontology at the University of California, Berkeley, and the tour guide is Professor Kevin Padian, the curator of that museum.
You might have heard of Dilophosaurus. He's one of the early carnivorous dinosaurs. And the first ones were found by people in our museum. That's why they are here. And so all this stuff is here. The skull and other parts are being prepared. They're being repaired in our laboratory. But all these bones here are parts from his arms and his hands. These parts here, his leg bones are here. And we used to have a skeleton that can mount it too, because he's a really interesting dinosaur. There's parts from his vertebrae here, the backbones, and other parts there.
I thought it would be interesting and fun for us to have Professor Padian on international dispute negotiation for an episode in which we go beyond looking at dispute resolution across cultures and legal systems and try, at least for a moment, to view disputes across very different species and geological epochs.
We also have a lot of footprints.
Footprints?
Yeah.
Are they big?
Some of them are big. Let me see if I can...
That one looks like a
For
big...
example, these are footprints. So we open them up, and can you see the impressions of the feet?
Yeah.
There's one toe, here's another toe, there's another toe. So this is a big three-toed dinosaur. And so what we do out in the field is we make casts of the dinosaur.
Professor Padian is also a professor of integrative biology at UC Berkeley and is an expert on many aspects of dinosaurs, including what we can infer from the fossil record about their possible social behavior. He is frequently quoted in newspapers and science magazines about bird evolution and other aspects of the evolution of dinosaurs, and is the editor of the Encyclopedia of Dinosaurs.
And it would be fair to call you a very well-known, at least in paleontological circles and even readers of popular science, about the evolution of dinosaurs.
I would be described as notorious, yes.
Or notorious in the evolution of dinosaurs. Mm-hmm. Yes. And in particular, which types of dinosaurs?
I work on many different types of dinosaurs. We work on really interesting problems of how dinosaurs evolve, including their social behavior, how they recognize each other, how they cooperate, how they get along, and many other respects of major adaptations and major evolutionary events like flight and things like that.
Well, and I think that might be a wonderful opportunity for people who are interested in conflict resolution to understand a little bit of what we know about dinosaurs and how dinosaurs may have resolved or not resolved disputes or conflicts, and to talk a little about that. For example, I guess probably the most well-known dinosaur would be the T-Rex.
Tyrannosaurus rex is the well-known dinosaur, maybe the best known dinosaur, one of everyone's favorite dinosaur. Very fierce. Some people think Tyrannosaurus rex was a predator. A few think he was just a scavenger. Regardless, you don't want to mess around with T-Rex. Because he has a 4-foot skull and teeth the size of bananas that can kill you. And so that's probably not a good idea to stay close to T-Rex.
I'm not planning on getting too close to any live T-Rexes, but if I were near a live T-Rex and it was angry or I had a dispute with it, how do you think that it would likely be resolved?
Well, 2 grown adult T-Rexes would resolve a dispute probably by killing each other if they had to, if it was over a certain carcass or an animal that they wanted to handle. However, the interesting thing is that T-Rexes don't seem to have hunted or operated alone, and we're only beginning to figure this out. So it seems like T-Rexes, although they may have had a lot of conflict with each other, they generally hunted in groups. They hunted in groups because we find deposits, localities where we've got a bunch of skeletons, including big T-Rexes and little T-Rexes, and the younger ones are much more lightly built. And we think that the young ones probably went out, hunted, flushed out game, and then the big ones probably killed it or assisted